Hi everyone, welcome back to another Daily Fix. It's been another wild and crazy day and early starts, people turning up on my doorstep before the 11 o'clock sign says that they can come in and press the doorbell. It's crazy, you know, you're lying in bed trying to catch up on some sleep after staying up till 3 o'clock in the morning, and then around about 10 o'clock you hear ding dong. Very frustrating, particularly that there's a sign on the door that says 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Everyone seems to think that they're the exception when they press that button. I need to make it so that they need to use their credit card to make that button work. If you need to press this button, it can cost you $50. Anyway, that aside, I thought I was going to have a day where I wouldn't be able to make a video because of the nature of the jobs that I had planned. But luckily, when I went out the door, after I'd gotten rid of the people, which funnily enough wasn't a job I could help with because it was a Samsung phone and I can't fix those, or I don't want to fix those, I found a parcel. I forgot that I won this eBay auction. I said I was the biggest loser. So let's have a look. So here we go. Nicely crushed. Marvellous. See what we got. Yeah, it's a good start. Very well packed. This is why single skin cardboard is useless for packaging on freight. Use double wall packaging, please. Amazingly, 1278 does not appear to be destroyed. Tough little blighters, eh? There's a bit of a dent here, but I think that was always there. I can't remember when or where I got this one. Well, I know it was eBay, but I don't remember. I seem to recall it was sold that sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Goes black screen, apparently. Ah, yes, right. Well, let's try. And let me see. What do we need? We need MagSafe 1. Let's change over. Ooh, we got a green light. We got a green light. We got a bong. We got an Apple logo. What the hell? I did I buy a working machine? Oh well, let's see what goes on. Could I be that lucky? I doubt it. I'd say something's probably wrong inside. My apologies for the start with the webcam being very poor quality. I do have a new webcam coming. I've also ordered other equipment for this setup. In the meantime, we're just going to go through this rough transition phase where things aren't quite as nicely set up as they could be. I did buy a 3-monitor stand as well. Not sure how I'm going to fit that into everything here, but it'll be good to have the 3 monitors up above my head there. Initially I'll just have the 2 until I can get a little bit more money and pick up the 3rd screen. I'm going to have 2 22-inch Philips screens, and then I'm going to have the great big 24-inch LG as my middle piece. That's the one that we repaired, so it'll be a constant reminder of the things you can do. Oh, okay, so well, that was weird. I don't have a mouse pointer. Is that? I can't remember. Black screen. Oh, right, we're working. The mouse is jittery. Well, it seems to boot. So let's shut it down, open it up. It is very jittery though. So something is not quite right. It's time to open her up. Oh joy, you got to use Phillips heads for these, of course. Okay, let's see. I can see corrosion already. The battery disconnected. There's corrosion on the battery too. Up here, a memory. We've got a hard drive. That'll go straight in the bin. All down here, classic sort of corrosion. And this time we didn't get ripped off. We actually got a proper. I think it's the 2936 though. But at least it's better than. Oh no! All right, sorry. We have a small issue here. The cable for the microscope is not long enough. Please stand by. Okay, it looks like our technical difficulties have been resolved. Now, let's have a look at what we got here. So first up, we have a carcass. Ah. Yep. That's a correct. Oh, look, we'll have to do an SMC maybe. Hello, carcass. Get off my tweezers. Okay. And yeah, oh, geez. Oh, you're bent quite badly. Did I disconnect the battery? Yes. Nice and crunchy. Still, it is running. It's just having some difficulties. But it is running. Kind of half wonder whether ultrasonic alone will just resolve everything. Though the SMC may prove to be problematic. What about our screen? Bit of junk in there. Very happy if I have a good screen here. Oh, yep. Cable's good. Everything looks good there. Scum on the metallic foil foam down there. And there's random corpses hidden down there behind the microphone. So I say we take this board out. Yeah. Oh, yay. Seriously, this is why I say, if you see corrosion up the top, you definitely want to be pulling it off. So you can have a look down the bottom. Okay, this side looks alright, but this area, yeah. Okay, so our main concerns here is these two, because that looks borderline like it's going to drop off or cause trouble. These chaps here seem like they're up to no good. That's hard to say on that one. How's that veer? That's looking a little bit messed up. Yeah, not too bad. Truly, it's amazing that this thing boots. Main boards, electronics, human lives, such similarities, or life in general. You can have the scenario where, as such as this, where there is so much damage, and yet it still keeps going. It has the occasional glitch, but overall it just keeps on going. You're like, wow, how does it do that? But then you get other scenarios where it's a teeny tiny speck of corrosion and some random resistor in the middle of nowhere, and bam, it's dead. So, yeah, very odd duality. Okay. Now, it's going to be a bit tricky. I don't want to put too much reflowing around this close to this, but well, we're definitely going to go into the ultrasonic, so I may as well take the heatsink off. I just realised I didn't check to see what board it was. So, at this point, I'm fairly much going to put money on it being a 2936. I must say, I am quite pleased with how this auction has gone. A genuine 4 gigs of RAM in it. Hard drive. Normally, these auction off for quite a bit more than what I got it for. Alright, I guess at this point we're just going to go through and flux and boil things. It'll probably be the best option. Okay, let's get going. Pretty much just to put in about 1 millipole of flux as per standard measurement system. Yeah, you don't need anything there. There's a bit of a mess here. It's not really bad, but I will just do it anyway. This will actually be the first board job I'm doing on the new workbench. Configuration, I should say. The new workbench configuration. I'm a little worried about how the fume's going to go, because I did rearrange the fume hood and I haven't yet put in a... I don't know what you call it. I haven't put in proper ducting, so it's not going to redirect the fumes as effectively. At least our clock area seems okay. I think this is going to be very much a case of picking out the worst bits, replacing them now rather than when they fail later. Oh yeah, that's right. That was the good side. Haha. Whoops. This area here is a bit of concern. As long as those resistors are okay, it probably will be alright. The SMC might just need a reflow, just for the sake of being prudent. Or maybe not even that. Just a good flux boil. The good thing is it's getting a nice fizz going on it. So that should keep it under control in the ultrasonic. not speaking properly there. What I mean to say is that because it's getting a good fizz, then when it goes into the ultrasonic, it should hopefully eat away that corrosion a bit. This might have to be manually touched up with the soldering iron. The fume hood's doing a pretty good job at the moment, but it's not quite drawing it away fast enough. Like if I am with my head straight down over the microscope and take a strong breath while I'm doing this, then I will pick up a little bit of it. So I think some ducting for the fume hood is definitely going to be required, but that's all early days yet. I'll probably redesign that whole box that's holding the fume hood assembly, because that was designed for a vertical orientation and now I've gone and put it into a horizontal orientation. Oh great, we've got a bleeding board. So how's our current sense resistor? Wow, you just came off. That's not right. No siree. We'll have to come back and make sure that that's sitting on properly. Okay, this is the other point of concern. We've created a bridge. We're ruined. $29.36, upside down, back confirmed. Ooh, got some liquid damage over the keyboard area, that's not good. So that capacitor there is somewhat tainted. And looks like it's a data path capacitor. It's paired, so it'll be a differential pair line. So we'll take note of that, because if we've got a communications issue, then that might be a cause. Let's see, very hairy parts, very hairy parts. Thankfully clean LCD part. Right, we've got to sort out this poor sorry looking resistor. In fact, this whole area. So right now there it's... So these two small ends, I need to clean this up. I think we need toothbrush. With a toothbrush ultrasonicing, which is not really ultrasonicing. Do not use the toothbrush in hope of cleaning things properly. I'm only doing it for the localized area so that I can see what's going on. But you see, what really is happening is a great deal of the flux gets redistributed. Okay, I think I got a leg missing there. Yeah, I'm fairly sure we should have a leg there. Either that or I smashed it when I was cleaning it up. I think I might have smashed it. The other thing that concerns me is the pitting and corrosion of this resistor means that there's a chance that the value of it may have been altered. So as such, it would be an ideal thing to remove that and replace. So I think we'll change these two parts for the sake of hopefully doing things right. These two probably, yeah, your end cap's coming off there, so I might replace those two as well. What about you? You're marginal. Everything down here is yucky. Definitely those two. Alright. Not sure where I was reaching for the soldering iron then. I have a feeling I might have knocked that leg. Or maybe it's a 5-leg part, I don't know. Was that might have been its leg. And of course these two. Nice and easy. Alright, I think we've got everything covered there. We'll clean off that burnt flux again. And then we'll put down some fresh flux. And then we'll transfer our parts. Now I was being a bit silly here because as I transfer stuff it's going to burn the flux that I put down. Very silly. So what we'll do is we'll just have a preliminary bit of flux, get the parts across, then do it properly with fresh flux. I think we might take this chap too, just in case. Clean up the legs on that linear tech part, whatever it is. Okay, let's start the transfers. Oh, you're kidding me. I've taken most of it. And we definitely have 6 legs at least on that. Great. Well, this is going to be fun because I don't have any other 2936 boards, so I'm going to have to search for the parts that will suit that. But we'll get these 3 parts off. Start with that current sense resistor. Oops, took it off too soon. I don't care about that sitting down properly at this point. So long as it's tacked on there, I'm good. And yeah, I know it's out of focus, so I'm not changing the focus just with this. Looks like I need to buy some more 2936 boards. Alright, so we've got these 3 capacitors here that we're going to have to replace, and I guess at this point I'll just have to bring out the board view and schematic and have a look at what they are. There we go, 4.7 microfarad, 50 volts. Wow. Oh, you're Thunderbolt. Yeah, even still. 50 volts? Crikey. Where are you? Oh, you're also 50 volts. What about you? Great. These are all definitely capacitors that I would not have. Not at 50 volts. Alright. Maybe we can use the 3115 board. And lo and behold, the 3115 is also stripped of it. Alright. That's not really a big problem. All I got to do is now use the part find search system, and then we'll be able to find what other boards have that. They're all 4.7 microfarad, 50 volts, and they're 1206 size, so there's going to be a lot of these around. So 1206, 4.7 microfarad, and the key ingredient there is the 50 volt aspect. Let's have a search. I'm going to pull out the 2915 boards because I have a feeling they'll probably have them. Oh yeah, there we go, 2915 has them. Alright, from this we'll be able to now find out. And we can see we've got the same chip there. So that's those 2 capacitors on that side. And where are you? These 2 here on this side. Now since they're all the same size, in terms of... Oops, where did I go with that? I'm just going to do a pair at a time. Nice to have a use for the 2915s, given that most of us will all have 2915s floating around in our workshop. Right, seems I only need the 3. I might need to put some more solder on those pads. Yeah, that looks better. I'm gonna guess I'm asking for trouble here. I'm gonna try and do 2 at once. And I can bet you that I'll end up with, yay, there goes 1. At least being 1206 size, you actually can see them on the workbench. Okay, we just need 1 more from the other board. I dare say we really should remove this silicon cap. So get in under that, remove any junk. Just got to be careful we don't knock off, damage that chip that's under there. Or whatever it is, MOSFET. Doesn't really matter, we just don't want it damaged. It's one of those glass type ones. You knock an edge off them and they don't really enjoy that. There's a few other damaged bits in there. Yeah, those legs came up nicely. This is all predominantly just preventative. I'm not singling out these for any particular reason, other than the fact that they just look awful. Yeah, there's no... did that just bobble up? Damn. I've noticed that those chips have a tendency that they've got a fine layer on their top, and it gets very annoyed when it gets hot. And does that popcorning effect. Okay, the top of this resistor is annoying me now. Maybe we'll wait till the ultrasonic is done with it and see how it looks. Again, hopefully we remember. Oh yeah, we completely forgot to clean up these. Because if you remember, we put them down, we just tacked them down, we didn't actually solder them properly. No, I'm going to have to solder and then reflow, I think. I guess we'll see. Okay, you do need to be reflowed and sat back down. Good. Alright, at this stage I think we can pretty much just go straight into the ultrasonic and see what our outcome is. It is messy, but it mostly looks superficial at this stage. And given that the whole thing was working, I don't want to push my luck too much further. Yeah, I think we'll ultrasonic at this point and see how we go. Alright, we're out of the ultrasonic finally. That took quite a while, mostly because it was just heating up all night. And the temperature in the night is somewhat less during the day, of course. My ultrasonic only got up to about 60 before I ran out of patience and just wanted to get this done. It's getting late. So remember, we replaced all this. Seems to have cleaned up pretty good. The end caps on these are looking pretty messed up, so we'll have to keep an eye on those. Okay, the end caps are still there, they're just a bit chewed up. So now this here, yeah, so that's gone probably too far. That really should be replaced. Your mark for death. It might not be an important part, it just looks like part of a high frequency decoupling working in conjunction with these two. So it's not crucial, but I would like to replace it rather than not have it there. Other than that, I think we're pretty good. And that's looking all perfectly good. And in the corner, that's looking fine too. Alright, so let's get this cap replaced. It's always such a tragedy to have to mess up a freshly cleaned board. So we need some more flux. Trying to avoid putting too much flux because I have to clean it back off. And I would like this board to be as clean as possible without going through another ultrasonic. Okay, let's see if we can clean up this flux before it causes more dramas. Now it's okay that the alcohol runs everywhere because that'll evaporate off nicely. Although it does, the downside is it does always carry a component of the flux with it. So you will still be forever left with some level of flux spread around the place. I guess you're just trying to get it down below the perceptible level. Get it down to the homeopathic level. Let's give this board a whirl. Connect the battery. No immediate smoke, so that's good. So here we go. Wonder if the MagSafe's going to be any better now. There we got straight up. Here we go. Certainly, if nothing else, I'm very pleased about the fact that we've got a screen, so I haven't got one of these before. Well, the response of the mouse is significantly better. Alright, there we have it. It's working, it's beating. So, looks like we've got a win from the eBay for a change, which is nice, considering the last 3 or 4 have just not been working out in our favour. I think the biggest thing I'm happy about here is the fact that the screen actually works, so that's a real bonus for me. And it's a modern A1278 screen, it's not the old Core 2 Duo one, so definitely big win for me. So I'm very happy. Excellent. So how about that? For a change, how to win. Alright, it's about 3 o'clock in the morning. Time for me to knock off. I'll see you guys next time.